It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's one of the busiest hubs in the world as the planes land and depart at LAX. On the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival, the San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. We're all set to bring you NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Clippers hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. These guys are hot, no doubt about it, continuing to put up win after win.
Well, it's always nice to come home. You're comfortable, you're excited, and certainly you have the fans there looking for you to bring your best basketball and get a win. And oftentimes your fans can energize you when you're in your home building.
Yeah, and emotionally, that's a huge help. I mean, it doesn't necessarily always translate to your performance on the court, but I tell you what, it does give you that sense of confidence that you can get the job done.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Anderson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. There's the pick. Green dishes to Aldridge. Yao with the block. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here's Marjanovic. The Clippers grab the miss. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at him wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that.
Yow, that's good.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
It's stolen by Garnett. And now the fast break. Nash with the ball. And he jams it with authority.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
Now here is Yao. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. And that one's good. Durant.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
Stolen by Durant. Down low. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Nash kicks to Garnett. Lets the three fly. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 3 assists in the game. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Here's Parker, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now here's Anderson. It's a 14-point game. Shot clock at 6. To the paint, Marjanovic. And again, unable to change momentum here.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set.
One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
Clippers leading by 16. Nash, the pass to McGrady. From 13, and Yao gets it to go on the assist by McGrady. And it's 6 points for Yao.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Yao with the block. McGrady with the ball. Now Green defending. Nash kicks to McGrady. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
Spurs trail by 20. And stolen by Nash. And now the Clippers on the break. McGrady's running. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ballgame.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season. Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Anderson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. Durant for 3. There's the bucket. Good. Durant's got 8 points.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Kicks to Green.
Parker.
Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
David West is checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Green. The Clippers shooting their first foul shot of the night. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. And stolen by Nash. And now Durant running the floor, galloping all by himself.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by West. Manu Ginobili on the wing. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side. And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Here's Garnett after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by McGrady. And up the floor again, the Clippers running the floor. Now his shot is off.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Here's Parker. And the shot falls short. And we had the chance to catch up with Greg Popovich, and he talked
to be in the conversation.
Pop breaking it down and telling it like it is as usual, Clark. I mean, like that as your coach.
Without question. I mean, you have no idea how huge that is for a player to get that kind of support and backing from his coach. Is Tony Parker a great all-star and champion? In my book, absolutely without question. But would he have reached that level without Greg Popovich as his coach? I think even Tony would tell you, probably not.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
You've got Garnett. Nash is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then it's Durant. And it's Yao in at the 5. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. The feed to Ginobili. He dishes it to Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. Mills can't hit.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. He's one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Here's Mills. Yao Ming picking up that last basket. Yao with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Aldridge.
And Mills kicks to Green. Clock at 4. Here's Ginobili. And now the fast break. Nash with the ball. And then Durant with the dunk.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly but very efficiently.
And, Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
Here's Mills after Tracy McGrady's score, and stolen by Nash. And here we go again, the Clippers on the break. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Boris Diaz checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Garnett with the block. Ginobili against McGrady. Passes it to Nash. McGrady kicks to Garnett. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. McGrady's got 6 assists in the game. The Spurs have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Diaw with a screen on Nash. Over in the corner, Green. Shot to stop the run. Yao with the block. Garnett left side. And Boris Diaw picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
Garnett with the block. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Nash. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Shot's good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
So it's San Antonio now. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Now the pass to Diaw. 6 to shoot. Ginobili, that's for 2.
And, you know, and he started off shooting it pretty well, but here in the second, he has started to falter.
Here's McGrady. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
I tell you what, did he take off on that one? Not many players can elevate it and literally fly. What a special talent, and it's plays like that that remind me just how amazing these athletes are in the NBA.
Diaw with the steal. There's the dish to Green. West setting the pick for Ginobili, and they call an illegal screen here.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. 3rd in assists, 4th in points off turnovers. And they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
And their assist rankings, that stands out to me as well. Good ball distribution is so critical to an efficient offense. And this is a team that gets that. They've made it a priority.
Nash kicks to McGrady. Back to Nash. 6 to shoot for the 3. And that one's good. Nash has got 11.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential. They put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
But they'll get another chance. Knocks it loose.
Hey, Parker.
Here's McCallum. And here comes McGrady leading the fast break. That's good. And it's 13 points for Steve Nash.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here. Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
So it's the Spurs now in the second quarter, held scoreless. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In their next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Shots good by Durant. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
And now Nash pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Scoring well here at the midway point, and now they're starting to put some distance between them.
Well, offensively, they just continue to roll. I mean, they're padding that lead bit by bit as a result.
Parker drives in. Diaw. Here's Marjanovic. And nothing is falling for him right now. Los Angeles has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Garnett kicks to Nash. Stolen by Ginobili. Here's McCallum. The Clippers grab the miss. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night. 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. That's good. 16 points for Nash.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Ginobili against Durant. Garnett with the block. There's Nash with the 3. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
And guys, he wanted it. He desperately was begging for that ball and was dying to take that shot.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. And the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from this? And that's going to do it for now, as the second half is almost ready to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
We saw some good action from Nash. He's got 19 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Anderson. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
Lets the three fly, and it's McGrady that time on the assist from Kevin Garnett. Garnett's got his 3rd assist on the night. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Parker's shot is off.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. It's Anderson with the drive. No good with the layup.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Garnett kicks to Yao. It's stolen by Green. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Can't get it to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchups. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
Double team on Parker. Pass to Aldridge. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. That's good. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Nash, the pass to Garnett. Yao kicks to Garnett. It's Durant on the wing. It's stolen by Green. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Can't cash in from close range. LA's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. It's Anderson with the drive. Here's Parker. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Yao's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the fourth. This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
And stolen by Nash. Throws it up high. Outside for Durant. He feeds it to Garnett. To the paint. Yao again. Yao's got 17 now.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Marjanovic. McGrady covering. Parker. Dishes to Parker. Garnett grabs the board.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio and those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
You know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Durant's gone to work from the arc, nailing all 4 of his attempts. There's the screen. Parker kicks to Green. Aldridge with a screen on McGrady. To stop the run. Rebound by Yao Ming. Yao's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
West is checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Daniel Green. Here's Durant.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Parker. The shot misses. The Clippers go the other way with it. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Patty.
West a screen on Nash. Parker dishes to West. And it's good in the assist by Parker. West has got his first 2 points of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And here's Mills from the arc. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the Spurs making a change here. Ginobili's checked in. Pass to Aldridge. 1:16 left here in the third quarter. He kicks to Anderson. Clock at 6.
Aldridge.
Jacks up a 3, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. While we're in this quick break and out to the small forward position and the hottest shooters among them over the last month. Kevin Durant, number 1. 4th, LeBron James.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And, Greg, you can't post the kinds of percentages they do unless you operate that way. I mean, you can't be undisciplined at the small forward spot if you hope to be an efficient shooter.
Here's Mills. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pushing it up. Garnett the pass to Durant. Launches it. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
West a screen on Nash. Mills with it. Guarded now by Nash. Oh, and here comes Nash all alone. And another 3 for the Clippers.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Aldridge left side. McGrady kicks it over to Nash. Kicks it out to Garnett. Jacks up a 3. And again, Steve Nash for 3. Nash has got 28 points for the game.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. One-sided show. We've got Durant. Garnett out there with Yao. Then it's Tracy McGrady. And it's Nash in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
McGrady kicks to Garnett. And they double up Garnett. inside. And Yao gets it to go on the assist from Kevin Garnett. And it's now 22 points for Yao. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Thompson misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Here's Diaw. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
And finished off by Yao. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk.
Diaw, the screen, stolen, and he's got a 5-by-5 from downtown. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Just dialed in from the three-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on them with the triple.
Here's Yao, and he hammers that one down right in the face of Boris Diaw.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it play.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
McCallum dishes to Mills. Thompson, a screen on Nash. Thompson passes to Diaw, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Just 3 to shoot. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
McGrady kicks to Garnett. Puts it up. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Diaw with the screen on Durant. Garnett against Diaw. And pushing it up Los Angeles. The Clippers again in transition. Durant kicks to Garnett. Mills with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Thompson dishes to McCallum.
Hey, don't leave Manu open.
And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Off target on the outside leaner. Here's Garnett. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Tries to save it. They're running. McGrady kicks to Durant. Out to Nash. From past the arc. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And Garnett, that's good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Feeds it to Ginobili. Here's McCallum. McGrady covering. And McCallum kicks to Thompson. Yao with the block. And they get it back. Will it go? No good from Ginobili.
Oh, that's a tough three-point shot when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. That's 28 points for Kevin Garnett. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here's McGrady, finished off the break.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Ginobili with the three. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And that one's good. And that's 31 points for Garnett.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
McGrady passes to Garnett.
Hey, get Steve.
Nash outside. Here's Yao. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 6 assists here tonight.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Up the floor. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Kicks to Garnett. And the powerful one-handed slam.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant. I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And in the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Now they've got their sights set on that sweep, Greg, 3-zip, and given what's going on in the first 2 games, my guess is that's what's going to happen.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Garnett. There isn't much else you want from someone. He gave it his all and was rewarded with a triple-double. This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
And that one's good. McGrady.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
The feed now to Diaw, and stolen by Yao. And Nash with the clear path to the hoop. There's the triple. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, much will be made of the scoring that you had here, certainly, but can you describe or put a value on the contributions of your teammates?
Well, it's a team game. Everybody has to come to play. Everybody play hard in the second half. We stuck together, so we just got to continue to do that.
A solid all-around effort. Thank you so much. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game. Kevin Garnett. Talk about filling up the stat sheet. Double figures in 4 different categories for the quadruple double. And most fulfilling of it all, it led him to a victory. What'd you think, Shaq?
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
What an unbelievable night he had passing the basketball. He was in total harmony with the other 4 guys on the floor and created countless easy chances with his assist work. That was a great performance. When he passes like that, there's no way they can lose.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.